And but first I want to, like, I'm doing things. I I really got blessed in many ways in knowledge just in the last few days. With understanding how to manage this new paradigm, and I'm very so I'm
That's
putting in
good.
a lot of time and accomplishments in what I'm doing. And this is today's chart, okay? And this
I
is
get
from
it.
the
It's
East
not up.
Coast.
It's not up yet, Andy. You
Oh, I
can't
gotta
see
share.
it.
I forget to
Yeah.
share every time.
I know when you're telling us about it, it's not there.
It's because I'm such I've learned to be such a good hermit. You know,
Yeah.
I'm a good Aphrodite, or you know, uh, a good what's called these people these women in caves.
Oh, yeah, hermits you're talking
You
about.
know,
The hermit people. I'm a hermit person too most of the time.
so
I don't go
anyway,
anywhere.
so this kind of fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I get
And
what you're saying. Yeah.
do you have the name, Jenny?
Do I have a name?
For or like we're talking about those women way back when.
Hermits to stay in.
Oh, just your mention of Aphrodite reminded me of a new Natalie Merchant song that is really was really powerful. I like to sing it.
So
Um,
I was blessed with all kinds of confidences this weekend, and I'm very. Oh, there's Betsy. We have a crowd.
Yay. They're all here. The gang's all here.
We
That's
have
good.
the cardinal cross on.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm late.
That's
Really,
all
we have
right.
the
Yeah,
hello,
you here?
Betsy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was just I'm repeating again that I was really blessed since last Thursday in going into the pit of that full moon, right? And Renee, you especially because you do have
Scorpio moon.
Scorpio full moon, right?
Yeah.
You have Scorpio natal moon, and I have
Mm-hmm.
Scorpio natal moon, and it was our Scorpio natal moon return chart for
What
that I kind of like plunged in. Okay, I went
wasn't
through
it?
the
Wasn't it
miseries of all
retrograde?
the miseries of the.
Mm-hmm.
I did mine through the last few years. I was going to the extent of the planet.
Wow.
and what I was blessed with was a new sense of competence and organization and understanding that what is occurring on our planet is a new paradigm of understanding. What is occurring is a repetition of a lot of the same, but this time around, there's knowledge attached to it. There's
Mm-hmm.
awareness attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
There is not such a distance attached to the phrases where it is said and repeated, even though it might be a lot of lies and all that. There's a lot of intensities, but there's a lot of recorded histories that is viewed immediately, imprinted,
Mm-hmm.
record, and remembered. Each spiritual being is having an emergence of themselves at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
We are the majority of us that are on calls like these are spiritual being recognized. We recognize that we are spirit having
Mm-hmm.
a human experience, that we are here just for a certain amount of time. And
Mm-hmm.
what we're here to do, we're here to address the moment that we're in. And as we become um, leaders of our personal journeys, because that's all we can actually take care of, lead of your personal journey, and how you decide to journey in it or endure it, that's your business. you know and you
Yeah.
don't really have to battle the world. and go against all the grains, whatever is imposed on you. You know, you are already smart. You are already totally amazing. So I'm going to look at the, and right before I got on this call, if you can see, this is a different chart than I usually go at the other one. I just pulled the chart for the day and then we'll go to the other one. You can see that the moon is in Scorpio, okay? With Cancer, at 9 Cancer. And we're still in Scorpio, Renee, right? The moon is still in Scorpio at this moment, and we're still in the depth of it for us, okay? This is our Scorpio moon return.
It's not retrograde though.
No, oh no, the moon doesn't go retrograde.
The moon looks like it's in Cancer.
The moon, yeah, but in this chart, or in my position where I'm at right now, at the time where I'm at,
Yeah.
okay, and the moon was in Taurus a couple of days ago, right? Taurus and Scorpio full moon. You understand that?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. This full moon was the last Taurus for Scorpio full moon in the generation of Capricorn.
Okay.
That's never going to happen again. It was the last generation of Capricorn in the age of Pisces.
Okay. Yeah. I see.
This is an accomplishment of cycles.
Right. And that one's not ready for.
It is just not a moment. This is a compilation of accomplishments and adaptations, of absorptions, of all sorts of how to be's. You guys get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I see it.
And then you can see that Jupiter is in the seventh house, the house of, and it is a house of Libra, right? But it is holding the energy of who? Taurus, provision, into judgment, retrograde. Right at this time?
Yeah.
It's going over things, right?
Right.
It's prejudging events. So what is the population of the globe has been doing? We've been fucking up again. We've been going into everybody allowing lower standard than humanity deserve. Being mean to each other is no good thing. There's only one earth.
You're right.
And it belongs to everybody that breathes on it.
You're right. Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. So, and then we look at Uranus retrograde in the 6th house, the house of work and the house of health.
Yeah.
And also the house of the 6th ray, the house of the virgin, the house of the mother.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And who's burning there? The house of the ram. Right now it's Aries.
Yeah.
You know, ramming is burning the last of that 6th ray civilization. Right?
Yeah. Right.
That warrior. Right? And then what is going back to the moon in Scorpio, you know, for the mass consciousness, it let Maya reign, you know, like chaos reign. But for the person that is advanced with a Scorpio moon, it says, warrior am I, triumphant, I emerge from the battle.
Yeah, you're not showing us that chart to see what.
You know, that's what we are. You know, warrior, we are triumphant. We emerge from the battle. So when we look at this moment that we are entering at this very moment with Uranus in the house of work and and health, with the tremendous chaos that is about to occur in the demolishment of the governments, especially in the US. A lot of other governments are not affected by this. They are affected because they have to adjust to take the government of the United States out of their, they're there, but they're going to be, the United States are going to become shadow, like, they're going to start being not relied on, okay? And they're going to have new policies. So all of this is being developed at the same time. So when you're looking at Uranus in the 6th house, all of these people that are suddenly going to be out of work, they're going to have to readjust their lifestyle. And you're going to find people going into work in places that is not, this is where the choice comes in, okay? This is where loyalty to yourself or to the outer world, this is where the light and the dark comes in. Are you going to be dark to yourself, or are you going to be light, honest to yourself? And choice comes. And yes, there will be a cost, but that's where value comes in, and it has a reward in about 18 within the, that will begin to pay off probably around January 29th. Okay. And then we have in the 5th house, we have Chiron that is retrograde, right? And it's in the house of Leo, right? But it is also in the nebulous energy of Pisces. And this is Chiron has been like wanting to heal the wounds, therefore the 1930 energy that we are living in. For everything that's happening in our world right now, the same context is happening. Not only was there the bullet, the big, outrageous chaos, but and the support for the chaos to occur from the elites, but also the assistance of the public. And now it is an accepted fact, and it will have a consequence. And this, and the other, it's not either good or bad. It is going to be very, very impacted on human soul. So it's not even about governments anymore. It is that humanity will wake up this time. It will be chaotic. It will be dark, but humanity, the hearts of humanity will wake up and say, enough. There is better ways to do this shit. And we're going to learn to appropriate the right leveling as far as considering the state of consciousness on this planet. Otherwise, we're going to go through the destruction of this world through fire, which will be nuclear, So it happened with the flood prior, it happened in Atlantis prior than that, and it happened in Lemuria before that, okay? This and the moon chains. We have been, but people have to come to their senses. So when you look at the Neptune, when you look at K2, when you look at the dragon, and in the dragon in the 5th house, in Aries, on January 29th, it's going to move into Pisces. For the next 18 months, the baby boomers generation, will be significantly transitioning. There's going to be a huge amount of because they do not fit in the new technology. And it's not that they, it's just technology world is not who we came here to be. We came here to introduce it and reincarnate. There's no fear in that. And then when you look at Saturn in Pisces, it is direct at this time, and it is a good thing, and it is in the house of Cancer. But it is also, so this is, this is one of those really big time for us, guys,
Mhm. Yeah.
for the world. You get what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah.
And we have Venus in Sagittarius, right?
Mhm.
In the first house.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. And then we have the sun is still in Mercury. So I'm just want to, share with you that this is a paradigm shift we're moving with tomorrow.
Mhm. Mhm.
And when Pluto enters the generation of Aquarius tomorrow, permanently for the next 20 years,
Wow.
we're going to be very, very lucky. Okay. Now, I want to show you
Yeah.
another thing here. Remember that little chart I sent all you guys for next year?
No, I don't know where it's in that part. Yeah, it's in somewhere in there.
And please, this
I
year,
can look
pay
at it.
attention to it. This is the
Yeah.
time that all of your
Well, that
lives,
one, I like that one a lot.
okay,
Yeah.
this is the time where all of your lives are changing. Pay
Mhm.
attention to the retrogrades in your charts because these are affecting you particularly. Okay. Yesterday, I'm personally like just overjoyed to notice how much I've changed and how much I'm
Mhm.
noticing the particulars of my generation and the difference of younger generation. Just for example, I had a couple of clients this week in person here in Canada, and I had a amazing realization of how the so many of them here are so different. Like I had a person that I met with that she comes from a family of like of 16,
Wow. Yeah, I believe it. My mother was
and
13
my
child.
mom came from a family of 16, right? Um, I understood that, and then she explained, that the great life that she had. And then she told me she had 4 husbands,
Wow.
and I was trying to wrap my head
Oh,
around that. I mean, 4 different set of relationship with all of these people.
wow.
I was
Wow.
yeah, I was astonished and I was impressed.
Mm.
And what she wanted to meet with me for was, I just want to go home and die. I like, she's not depressed. She's had a wonderful life. But she goes, I don't have anything else left to do here. I don't like computers and I don't like this life.
Oh, she's ready to go. Yeah.
So she goes, how can I meditate to get there?
How can I meditate to get there?
And I invited her to come and meditate with me a couple of times. I invited her to talk with me, and just we can do that. I told her it's a state of mind of
Yeah.
happiness. It's a
It
state
is.
of accepting. And she's 74, and
Can't
she
run
just
away from it. You can't run away from everything.
no, she's not running away from anything. She doesn't have anybody left.
So let's just check out. That's it. She's had enough.
It's not checked out. It's that at one time, life becomes, as far as when I understand what I understand of transitioning, and I've had a couple near death experience. It's like a bus trip. You get on the other side.
Yeah.
You don't die. You lose
No, never
you
died.
lose the body.
Yeah.
All this is a genetic content. This is not your unique cosmic identity.
It's true. Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
Okay, we are too attached to the idea. Oh, that's it's not. Wait, this is not us.
We're
And
not the
this one,
body. Yeah. We're not the
and this
body.
woman understood that better than anybody. She goes, There's no fun to be had here."
She's
She
already
actually said that.
experienced so much. Yeah. She thinks she accomplished what she came here for. That's what
She
she's
goes, "There's no
saying.
fun here to do anymore." I don't
Yeah.
have to. She got that. And she comes from a family of 16, got married 4 times, got 4 different sets of family. And she goes,
Yeah.
I've had it. I want to go home.
She's accomplished a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's always more things to learn. I guess you'll learn them next time around.
And she goes, these people are like she says, the younger generation, they're really boring. You know, she is
That's funny.
adorable.
Yeah, she's funny.
So, you know, teaching her how to become, you know, understanding that that is actually doable to transit.
Yeah.
You
She's
just gotta,
ready. Yeah.
you
She's
just
ready to
gotta
go.
become totally at peace with yourself, because
Yeah.
God does allow you to go.
Yeah.
And you don't have to, you know, the idea, like I was in so much pain a couple of weeks ago and everything else. And I kept asking him, you know, there's really no reason to do all that pain shit. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
there is a way that we can go without that. So when we're looking at all the retrogrades that we're going through right now, guys,
Yeah.
it is amazing. But it is not just our lives we're living through. We're living through the karmic energy of the countries we come from, the karmic energy of the state you come from, the
Yeah.
city you come from.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's a lot involved.
All of, yes, but uniquely, you came here as a unit. Unique, your unique cosmic identity is attached to you through your chart.
Yeah.
And when you follow that, you don't have to freak out.
No. Just be ready to go. That's it. Yeah.
You know, you just like you flew with the weekend, Renee. You
Yeah.
know,
Right.
so these I want you to familiarize yourselves with this next year, because I did send them to you for next year, and familiarize with yourself these charts, guys. Okay, because
Yeah.
this is
I've got to.
important at this
Yeah.
time.
I've got to dig through what you sent. Right. To
What,
find it.
honey?
Yeah.
No.
I have to find it in my stuff that I have. Yeah.
Just look your, you know,
Yeah.
this
I
is a
want.
new paradigm in life. Okay, this is about where, pardon me,
Yeah.
Jenny.
I want to be prepared. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a new paradigm, because what we're about to endure and crazy is going to be sobering. And I haven't drank in many, since I was, you know, I tried and it never went. I can't even remember. Okay.
That long ago. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I tried it and didn't work. So uh,
Yeah.
I
I
just
know.
served it. And the thing is, when you, it's things that we are not used to. Okay. Many
Mhm.
of us, I mean, when we realize how really sheltered in many ways we've been, as far as knowing how things came about,
Mhm.
how we receive things in a certain way, even though it got disturbed once in a while, all of a
Mhm.
sudden it's going to be, everything's going to be disturbed. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Just be aware of the charts and what's going on.
Usually there's a line, like, you know, to get used to. Like first there's this industry, we get used to it, but all of a sudden it's all happening at the same time, and you go, huh? And you get confused. And people can do that to get you confused, so you don't know where to go.
Mhm. It gets overwhelming. Yeah.
Too overwhelming. So, okay, so let's look at this amazing opportunity that we have with this. Okay.
Mhm.
So, okay, so when we looked at the non-sacred planet, you know, there's no love going through it right now. Okay. And we understand that this energy, the nodes are extremely potent right now, Renee. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And I did my lunar return, which should be different for you, I'm sure. So maybe we should look at lunar returns very quick
Yeah,
because we're
that's-
still in
yeah, what's happening there? I'll look at this charts today.
what, honey?
The inner and outer, I was just looking at
I'm just
what's
gonna look at
today.
Lunar return, Renee. I'm just gonna pull you up because I know you have a that's your birth date, right?
Yes. Everything's right there. Yeah. Okay.
You have the moon Scorpio in the first house.
Yes.
Lord, it's burning,
know.
honey. Hold on a second. We're gonna go.
Yeah, there we go.
Can you
Yeah, I see what you're doing.
hold on this?
Mm-hmm.
I have to put the
Of
numbers there. When is it? April
8th, 1947. Is that night now time? That's supposed to be my birth time now? Okay.
8:45 p.m.
Yeah.
And where are you? New York?
Yeah. Actually,
Okay.
Brooklyn, New York, but we're close enough. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go look at your little lunar return when it's just for the moon, okay? Because
That's what the moon says, yeah.
yeah, the moon, the first option is your lunar return.
Roller coaster,
Okay,
huh? Nice.
okay, it's the first house, the moon in Scorpio. You know, you're right now, that's what you're experiencing, all right? Remember, your sun is in Cancer, though, right?
My sun is Pisces. Sun is
What,
Pisces.
honey?
My sun is Pisces. Oh, you mean talking about? I'm sorry.
I'm talking about your
regular
progress.
sun. Okay,
We're talking about your this is a lunar return. We can go to your progress moon, but this is the moment. This is the oh my goodness, that last moment of that of that awareness in the Capricorn last moment, Leo, not Leo, Pisces, age, Piscean age awareness. You know, you owe that to us. We owe that to our souls to acknowledge that. You know, we're pioneers in many, many ways. Atlanteans made it as far as we are now. Okay. But they blew it. They blew themselves up.
Yeah, boy.
And we don't want to do the same, do we? And if we don't want to do the same, we better start being nice to each other because we're just a button away. So in your, are you reading the?
Yeah,
You're a bit for a roller coaster ride as far as your feelings this year. Okay. Past hurt can be healed as you assess the role of your feelings in your own life, as well as on other people. So yeah, objectivity may be difficult as feelings are close to the surface. And you may be somewhat self-centered, focus how you feel about yourself. This is all that paradigm shift that's coming in, okay? This is where we learn to put welfare of others, right?
Right. Yeah.
And treat yourself as, what if I was that other? You know, this is what we want. The reassessment of our needs.
Right.
You become very, very fair. It's a new paradigm that is becoming an embracing fact of what is it that you really need compared to what you think you want.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Yeah.
And when you understand what you really, really need, and that you actually can serve yourself with that and provide that for yourself, it is a self-esteem booster.
Yeah.
Because you can stand on that, what you really, really need, and make that really, really need really, really good. And you can always renew it, and it always gets better.
That's good. Yeah.
You know, it has proprietal increments.
Oh, okay. So that's what happens.
You
All
get
right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can understand that.
It doesn't have a flash in your face, see that, smearing it in your face. No, it has a proprietal increment to it.
Okay, as long as it
It
comes
has
in
a
slowly and not all at one time.
It has a graceful increment to it.
Oh, that's good. Okay, that is good.
It's an earned increment to it.
And
it only comes with really an inner understanding of self.
Okay.
So the moon in Scorpio is none better than, somebody that has, and this is the time where everything burns, especially in the first house.
Wow.
Okay? The first house
nice.
is the will to burn everything down to become the phoenix.
Right, I understand that.
The
right?
moon in the
Scorpio,
the moon in the sign of Scorpio indicates that your feelings are not only more sensitive, but more intense.
More intense.
So because it is more sensitive and more intense, they're more righteous to you.
Yeah.
They're more
it's
capable
important. Yeah, it's important to
be fair.
Me. Yeah.
They're more capable to have compassion and absorb a spring of donation toward everything in your soul than just be empathetic.
Yeah.
You get to progress with a sense of honesty that is beyond, your things that you've ever had reserves for.
Right.
I'll give you an example that I was totally touched by that woman yesterday, okay? Talk about that. I mean, oh boy. This woman had 4 marriages, right? First one dies. Second one, she goes, he was the best looking one, Andy. And she goes, but the second one, but she goes, this one, she goes, after a few years, I found out that he had molested my niece.
Oh, that's awful.
And she goes, I divorced him immediately.
Yeah, that was
but
it.
I loved him always. But I could not, she goes, but I knew it was wrong to know him.
She couldn't get past
it with him.
Yeah.
I knew it was wrong. And she goes, I let him go. And I guilt myself for always be tempted by his looks and by his, my desire for him. And I was listening to this woman and I was impressed.
Wow. Yeah.
And was going, and she goes, and then we met again 2 years later after she divorced him. And she goes, oh, I wanted him so much and I did not do it. And she goes, then I met my third husband.
And that's when she met a third husband.
I mean, how honorable.
Yeah, wow.
She could have had a chance to go back with that love of her life, you know?
But she knew it was
found
wrong.
out, she goes, hey, he was a snake.
Yeah, she didn't realize it in the beginning, but he was. Yeah.
Well, the first time, no, but as soon as she found out, she let him go.
Yeah, I don't blame her at all.
She didn't take a week. She threw
him out right away and said, that's it, goodbye.
And that's what I explained to her, that kind of honor towards yourself is rewarded.
Yeah.
So totally amazing. So, I said, but I kept telling her, but 4 husbands.
Yeah, it's hard up to 1 or 2.
Because she accomplished something I could only imagine, having relationship with all these sets of families that she kept through her life.
And went to 6 children, really.
Mind-boggling to me. Okay? So she's that good of a person.
Yeah.
Right? So the moon in Scorpio indicates that you're feeling more sensitive. So another thing is, don't keep secrets.
No.
Don't.
And Scorpio does Yeah.
I'm not good at keeping secrets.
Yeah,
It's all over my face. Okay.
you want
I'm
to
very
show who you
uncomfortable in
really
keeping
are.
secrets. I
Yeah.
do not want to keep other people's secret because it affects my soul. Okay.
Mm,
I know that keeping other people's secrets, is against being transparent.
it's true. If you want to be transparent, you can't. Yeah.
Unless I am hired to do so. I was not born in this life to do that. Okay.
No.
And when I'm born in a life to do that, I will know.
True. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
This is not the lifetime for that for me. Okay.
No. Mm-hmm.
So I choose to, being honest and being fair, and I'm just really lousy at it. And
Apparently that was her path, so she took it.
you
And she's
know,
following it pretty well. Yeah.
yeah. So there's a lot of things that can work out, and
Mm-hmm.
in truth and in integrity with yourself. But
Yeah.
the trick of everything is to learn to be in having integrity with you.
Yeah. You gotta go with you
How many
first.
times
Yeah.
have I smothered my integrity with the benefit of others?
True.
Like,
People do.
oh,
They
it's okay
do.
because
Yeah.
I'm doing that because somebody else needs it.
Yeah. I don't want to
How
hurt
many times
somebody
have I
because,
done that?
yeah.
So this is where the paradigm shift becomes in the moment of Pluto moving into the new paradigm of Aquarius. Learning to understand intelligently
Mm-hmm.
how to contribute to the collective with transparency and fairness, because people are intelligent and we can discern and tabulate what we can
Mm-hmm.
have and what we can't.
Yeah.
Why should everybody else decide for you? It should be
Should be your decision. Yeah.
it should be visible to everybody to have a choice.
Yeah. You do have choices. Yeah.
So, and this is where computers, data in the next few years will give us the analytics to have such choices.
Mm-hmm.
But we cannot be compromised by the defect of others bequeathing all the opportunity to learn and to keep it to themselves and to take it away from others. We cannot do that.
No, it's not good.
So intelligence motive to become a amazing human being is to contribute to your own sensitivities. Know when someone is lying and you say, I'm sorry, I'm not participating in that.
Yeah.
And have the guts to do it.
Yeah, well, that's true. You do. You need
Because
to be strong. Yeah.
if you don't, in this new paradigm of energy, in Aquarius, we are in a moment of calibration.
Mm-hmm.
It is not the vulgar smearing in your face, I'm better than you because I have money shit.
No.
That comes and puts a layer of no, it doesn't. It doesn't emulsify.
No.
It cracks up.
Yeah, it's not good.
So this is for you. The moon is going to be you're going to have to do your feelings this year. Okay. You're going to have to honestly sort a lot of things that come, and they're going to come by stints. In a roller coaster, you go,
yeah, come down. Yeah, right. It's going to be a ride. All right.
Okay, and know your retrogrades, Renee. No,
yeah, I know.
Mercury retrograde is not a bad thing for you.
No, it's good for me. It's the
hey, you go, yo, you can go cowboy on that one.
It's true. Yeah, right. To ride the big Bronco. Yeah, right.
It's okay for you to have Mercury retrograde.
Yeah, it is. It's positive for me. Where other
It's-
people, it's not. Yeah.
So, and we're in the shadow of it. So this lunar return is just a building of your fortress. Okay.
Okay.
So that's what I would say for that today. So now let's go to my consult for you guys would be to go to keep those sheets out for you guys, right?
Yeah.
And then let's go back to where is my other thing? I was I'm gonna have to change. You still see, there it is. Okay.
There it is. I'm sorry. Yeah.
We're going to do a few minutes of the moon thing because moon reading, because it is important to understand that in this new paradigm of egos, all right,
Right.
we're closing the cardinal cross.
Mm-hmm.
As we close the cardinal cross with all judgments, laws, awareness in the next till January 29th. There's going to be enormous, bombastic insult to our intelligence. Okay. It is not like in the 1930s, and it is not like in the, in 1945. At this time, even though they're trying to censor all kinds of things and information to others, news travel much faster, and we choose to stay informed. We cannot be oppressed.
Be aware of what's going on, right?
Be aware and don't give in to just because that person said so. Okay.
Right.
Go within. Trust you. Don't trust your fear. Do not trust your fear.
Don't let your fear get in the way. Yeah.
Let yourself, trust yourself. If you know that what they're making you do is wrong, just say, I just can't go along with that.
Yeah. Be honest about it. Yeah.
Yeah. And the sooner each and everybody is honest about it, the sooner it ceases.
It's good to know. Yeah.
The only way to stop something that is stupid is to refuse to do it.
Yeah.
And the more we refuse to do it,
it's not for your best good. Forget it. Yeah.
And we do have to rely and believe that the majority of the egos out there don't go gun crazy. Okay. But in today's world, it is not as effective as far as going gun crazy, because even though there is a lot of guns out there, it becomes senseless.
People got to think of what they're doing.
No, it becomes senseless. People are looking at each other and you're going, what the fuck for? How much damage can we do to each other? I mean, it's ridiculous.
Well, no, there's people are losing their mind. Yeah, they've got to get a grip on things. So.
Yeah, well, you cannot get a grip with more default on.
Yeah. Everybody say some prayers.
We have improved, people. I absolutely believe that there is samsara out there, and we're better than that. Okay, so like in that page we're reading right now, the sacred scripture of the Jam says the universe is inhabited by different creatures existing in the samsara, born from different families and castes, due to having committed several actions, and depending on what they are, they sometimes go to the world of the gods, other times to the inferno, and sometimes they become the asuras, diabolic persons. This is how living beings who are incessantly born and reborn because of their evil actions do not despise samsara.
They don't want to learn.
Huh?
They don't want to learn. They keep coming back again and again, doing the same thing.
Okay, remember the fall of consciousness, guys?
Yes.
We talk about the fall of consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
When the
Yes.
fall of consciousness occurred at the flood, okay,
Mm-hmm.
longevity on the planet was 960 something years. And through the centuries, millenniums, okay, thousandaries, many years, the age span on the planet is now at 84 years old. There is many that lives to 100, not because of longevity, not because we've learned to live longer, but because we've learned to be more sanitary. Okay, we've learned first how to become more, have toilets and stuff like that, sanitary things, right? And after that, we've learned about other things, but the technology of sanitation occurred and brought that upon. And
better things.
when you look at the history that we are in right now, we are in a moment of complete change.
Mm-hmm.
We live on a planet that has more energy fields that we can't even begin to consider, okay? But the ones that we are fortunate enough to consider, which is present time, energy time, spiritual time that we're in, right? And the time that we sleep as a rotation of 24 hours, right? So we can center in a day's time. But quickly, even yesterday, like moves away, right? And quickly we start to imprint tomorrow. But the majority of us that have been born today have a good heart.
Yeah.
And we were born in a part of the continent of the world that has had a lot of advancements, even though we got a lot of backwards and this and that. But there's been a lot of creation. When I moved to the Bay Area when I was a young woman, I went over there to absorb intelligence.
Yeah. That's not what it was.
I wanted to be born in the chasm of smarts. Okay. I was abandoned as a young child, and I was I was alone in the world, but somehow my universe landed me in the Bay Area. Okay. I married a musician, a rock star. Somehow I ended up there. Okay. But he died. He got murdered. And I ended up in the Bay Area with a baby. Right.
Yeah.
And somehow my universe ended up bringing me to, but I knew I wanted to raise my children in the Bay Area for the creativity. I didn't even know what creativity was. I just knew that there was a lot of smart people and they weren't even born yet.
Okay, it's the right area to be in.
But I knew they were coming, okay?
Okay.
And I just wanted to be around that energy. And that Bay Area was called the Valley of Heart's Delight. So I live in the Valley of Heart's Delight for a couple of decades, okay? And I am this fantasy mind, and I really enjoyed it. So that amazing moon, that freaking Scorpio moon that I have in my heart, and my Venus, my Scorpio Venus, I love to go in the pain of things, to understand to the depth of it. But this is the last generation of Capricorn day that we're living. for
Mhm.
250 years
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah.
in these bodies, and let us be blessed. Okay.
Mhm.
Anyway, I'm sorry for the rant. I just went off.
Sounds like a good plan, though.
I apologize.
It's all right.
Yeah, I have to go get state with my group.
Oh, it's over that time. Yeah, got here fast. Yeah.
But that was your moon return, okay?
Yeah, thank you. So I'll keep my eyes open. Yeah.
Yeah, think about yourself.
Yeah.
And Jenny, thank you for showing up. And Betsy,
Yeah.
I kind of went off. I apologize, people.
It's interesting, though.
I hope you enjoyed the recording, and I will talk to you guys later, but I have to go to the group, okay?
All right.
Okay.
Take care.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, Betsy and Jenny.